One felicitation is there. Okay. जरनैल सिंह जी, ही इज एमएलए और बहुत देर से हम इनका इंतजार कर रहे थे. एंड न्यूली अपॉइंटेड इंचार्ज ऑफ पंजाब स्टेट. एक बार जोरदार तालियां होनी चाहिए जरनैल सिंह जी के लिए. और मैं इनको फेलिसिटेट करने के लिए अमरजीत बाजार के चेयरमैन, उन्हें स्टेज पर बुलाना चाहूंगा, सरदार अमरजीत जी, और जरनैल सिंह जी का स्वागत करेंगे. For CEO of Kotler Impact. She is with us और मैं थोड़ा इनके बारे में बताना चाहूंगा. She is mentored and coached by Dean of Marketing Professor Philip Kotler. She is founder of Socialpreneurship Marketing with Meaning, ranked top 10 social economic speakers in 2019. An economist by profession, a meticulous philanthropist, she led all across functional business operation, CSR expert. Let's welcome Sidia Kibria. एक बार जोरदार तालियां होनी चाहिए. और इनको फेलिसिटेट करने में डॉक्टर अभिषेक कुकरेजा जी, CEO, Powell Medi India Strategic Advisor. मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा डॉक्टर अभिषेक कुकरेजा जी से.
No? It's on. Okay, great. So, my name already told you guys, and we've been working with Philip for more than a decade. You saw Philip's video where he was saying that companies and businesses need to change now. What they need to change, brands, what they need to change. They need to change their focus from earning money for the shareholders to the stakeholders. Does everybody know what stakeholder means? Okay, great. And your employees, your suppliers, everybody who is in that chain connected to you. So that's where last year we brought the concept of socialpreneurship, where we say that businesses have to come forward and must play their role for the society. We believe in better world, And we launched this concept already in like 8 countries so far. And in this thing, we want to present you some real life examples, like why this is becoming the need. This is already happening, right? I'll say if you don't join the board, you will lose the game, and no business or no brand will like to lose the game. So moving forward, I'm going to show you some very interesting facts. So what happened in January? Yes. Okay. So what happened in January, Microsoft, what they announced that they are going to allocate 1 billion fund to save the earth, Is it a bit slow or how does it work? Okay, I don't need the slides. I can even talk without slides as well because this topic is really close to my heart. So if you guys can run the slides for me, that's fine. Otherwise, I'll just continue. So the thing is that Microsoft said just in January this year that they will be launching this fund where Microsoft will be helping their suppliers, their customers, and everybody to save the earth. They'll be working with any non-profit which will play its role. So that was a huge, And the interesting thing is that Microsoft said that by 2030, can you just bring the whole slide here? So they said that they are going to be carbon negative by 2030. And since their foundation in 1975, whatever carbon emission they have produced, they will be eliminating, offsetting that by 2050 as well. Now that's like a huge thing, right? What happens next? That right after a month of this announcement, Amazon owner Jeff Bezos, he says that he is going to launch Bezos Earth Fund, where he is going to work with every possible human being, individual, organization, or anybody who is there to help people. Now, again, he's like he's into and can you move to the next slide, because that got the image of his Instagram post where actually he announced that it happened just in February. Next slide, please. Now, the thing is that electrical vehicles, we all know about Tesla, electrical vehicles and all that. Now, look at the demand, what happened. So, 2018, I believe, somewhere at the end of 2018, China announced their new energy vehicle mandate. You can bring down your slides there, okay. So, they said that 4.6 million electrical vehicles by 2020, and they're going to ban the traditional, engines and all that. Now, what happens that within the 48 hours, GM Motors and Ford, they announced their plans, and they come up with 20 and 30 models. How quick the response was. Like, just imagine, within 48 hours. Like, wow, within 48 hours, right? The companies moved in, the response was this much. Now, what happens that they expected that by 2040, the electrical vehicles demand will be dominating the car sale. And another interesting fact which is expected if coronavirus wipes out, that 13.7 million barrels of oil per day, its demand will go down. Look at the impact, Can you move to the next slide? So this is okay. No, yes. So this is what happens that last year in November in LA, Ford launched its electrical vehicle Mustang Mach-E. Now another interesting fact is that even before the launch of this electrical vehicle, what Ford announced, that in North America, Ford will be launching the biggest network of charging stations. Another interesting fact about that, it will not only accommodate Ford electrical vehicles, but all the electrical vehicles, even Tesla. And I think if I remember the figures rightly, they said that they will be bringing 35,000 plugs with I think 14,000 charging stations. Whereas the Tesla so far has only, I believe, 4,000 charging stations with 12,000 plugs, which only accommodate Tesla. Now look what Ford is thinking, right? It's not only thinking about Ford, it's thinking about, in general, about the betterment of society, right? Accommodating every manufacturer who is going to bring electrical vehicles. Okay, this is Run Forever. Very interesting. As you can see, it's made of, it's run on solar panels. There are 1,100 business card size solar chips on this car. This is called Lightyear 1. This is being launched by the cooperation of Sharp, Toyota, and Meadow. Meadow is their energy development organization. And they say if you run it 50 kilometers every day, you can actually run it forever. Like, wow. Like, the factor is there. Can you move to the next slide? Yeah, just check it again so we just see the number as well. So we all know, or who knows about it? Amazon acquired Whole Foods for this figure, $13.7 billion. Now, had you ever thought, like Amazon, an e-commerce giant, coming forward and it's going to direct you how you're going to eat buy your organic food, your cereal, your kale and everything. Like one could never imagine the combination. This was like quite a surprise. Next slide. Okay, so I gave you some good examples, like what's happening and all that. Now look at this Forever 21. Who knows Forever 21? Okay, most of the young people know Forever 21. So Forever 21 is considered to be a pioneer when we talk about the fast fashion. Here you have a design on runway, and the very next day, forever brings that design for the youngsters at a very cheap price, like affordable price. But what started happening? In 2019, they filed a bankruptcy. They closed their stores in 40 countries, 350 stores all around the world. They closed their stores in China, in London, and all around North America. Do you know what is the reason? Can anybody share? If ever, you have tried forever clothing. Can anybody name? Okay. So, what the youngster or their buyer said, that the clothes are of such a, okay, I don't want to sound rude, but it's such of poor quality that it ends up in the landfill. And they said that this is contributing to the bad environment. And that's where Forever 21 had to file bankruptcy. Now this is another scenario happening in the world. Can you move to the next slide? Okay, no, go back. So I'm on my click, So in 1995, 500 Fortune companies. Give me a number, then how many exist today? Show me a number, like quick. How many? Oh, that's very pessimistic. 61 companies. Like, oh my God, like 500 Fortune companies and only 61 exist now. Like, what's going wrong, something is definitely wrong. Click. Tiffany & Co, another click. So Tiffany, which is famous for its diamond rings, everybody loved to have, I got a Tiffany ring. So 16.2 billion purchased by LV. Tiffany said that their revenues are falling down. Why? What's the reason? They said people have stopped buying their rings. Is it like people are not getting engaged anymore or what? No, people are still getting engaged. But they're not buying their rings. Next one. Toys R Us, very famous brand for kids and babies, They filed bankruptcy. What? Babies are not being born or what's happening? So they said, yes, that's a factor actually. They said that there are not being many babies and kids. That's where their sales are going down and they close the stores. So, give me a second. So, 2017, that's where they filed the bankruptcy and closed the stores. Next one. So Nike, what they have done, that they have reduced the number of their retailers from 14,000 to only 40. This is a big, sharp fall. Like not even 400, 40. Next one. Crate and Barrel, okay, now bring up everything. So Crate and Barrel also closed their lines for kids. Another one, I believe, Sears. Sears, the Kmart group, they also closed the stores, I think, around 150 or something. Nine West, having very comfortable shoes for women. I'm dating one of the players actually. So, they are completely going online, closing their stores. Okay, next slide. So, what is happening? Consumer is changing, the world is changing, and the consumer is changing. Okay, this one's much better. Next. Now, look at this graph. I'm going to show you 3 graphs quickly, where we're going to talk about how the population size, and especially the age groups are changing. So we always knew about boomers, Generation X, millennials, and then post-millennials. We call the later two Generation Y and Generation Z. And you see that Generation Z, which is, we say 5 years to 25 years, and Generation Y, 26 to 40 years. Now, what is changing? Can you move to the next slide? Now, look at this one, just right, like, I think somewhere, I think in the early 1990s, millennials, they overtook baby boomers. And what happens later, if you go into 2018, Generation Z is actually taking over Generation Y. By the end of 2020, we already achieved it. But 2019, Generation Z was estimated to be 2.5 billion and Generation Y at 2.4 billion. Next. Okay, this is a very interesting graph, and it obviously brings good news to India. That what is being estimated actually now, that out of 10 millennials, 9 are actually in the emerging economies. And that's where you see India and China, The thing is that what's happening in, yes, US in 2016, they hit the lowest birth rate, like 61 births per every 1,000 women. And then, it's the worst actually in Europe, like in Italy, and it's like, I think it's the lowest in Italy, like the percentage of millennials in the population is actually 16%, 16.8% something. So this is another scenario. Can you move to the next? So the thing is that what these generations, these young people, what do they want? Next slide. So generation Y, next. I'm going to show you this study. Can you bring down the graph? Now look at this. They say 92% of them will trust that company which is going to support any cause for humanity or do something for the environment. And when you keep on looking at the number, they'll be loyal, right? They'll be fans to those companies. And 73% of them are actually willing to pay more for that brand, which is going to contribute some goodness to the humanity or the planet Earth. Next slide. We can talk about Generation Z. Now, Generation Z is more interesting, right? Next slide. Yeah, just bring down the graph. So they say that 77% brands will be supported. Why? Because they will be promoting equality on social media. Social media is like our everyday thing, We can't live without it. Businesses are relying on it. And that's where Generation Z expectations are. And then you see that communication, like 66% of them they say that community, so Generation Z, it's famous for creating global communities. So any cause come up in any part of the world, Generation Z will get together and they will make a community around that cause. So it's no more geographical boundaries and stuff, You can see the global audience now. And 61% of they are willing to pay higher price for a sustainable brand, or in easy term we say for a green brand or for a green business. Next slide. Next, yes. So we say, just bring down everything. So our consumer nowadays, they want to know if the product I'm going to buy, is that out of organic material? Is that recyclable? Is it a product of fair trade? How many of you know fair trade? Okay, fair trade is something where, yes, so when the developed countries are buying, let's assume they're buying something from the developing countries, right? They should be paying the right price of the product. Then, living wage. I love the term, and I love the concept, and I wish every country should have living wage. Living wage is something much more than the minimum wage. Even in North America it said, the minimum wage is like $14 or something per hour. But that is not giving you the quality of life every human being deserves. And then we talk about carbon neutrals and stuff. You guys know about carbon neutrals? Or carbon emissions? Okay, so yeah. Next slide. So, what happens? Let me tell you very quickly. So, now Forever 21 was buying its wool from a farm in New Zealand. And one of the visitors there, they released a video on YouTube where they showed that the sheep were being butchered very brutally. So what they did, the PETA, the people who ethical treatment of animals, they did a protest on Oxford Street, and they demanded Forever 21 to stop buying from such a supplier. But Forever 21 did not listen. So that's where we say that you ignore your stakeholders, yes, you are forgotten, and never 21. Now, I want to show you another thing. Just follow So remember the slide where we said, it was second or third slide, that Jeff Bezos, he announced this fund. Now, do you know that after his announcement, his employees were angry? They did not like it. You know why? Number one, they wanted him to do more. His total worth is like 130 billion, and he allocated only 2 billion, which is 8%, I believe. So instead of appreciating him, he is expected to do more because he's one of the richest people. And so far, what we just do all the clicks. So far, the only contribution, right, he has made, other than the Amazon stuff, 2 billion he donated, like in 2018, to help some homeless people and establishing schools. And his employees and people were complaining that he did not even sign the giving pledge. Giving pledge means that all the rich persons, they should donate half of their wealth, all their lifetime, during their lifetime, to help deserving people. So, see, now, if you think, that's where the point is, if you think that you are just doing CSR or you are participating, that is not enough. Your brand, your business has to say that I am solution to the problems. As Selva mentioned as well, that is your brand or your business bringing smile to people? Like, consumer should become your fan, right? Whenever they are buying a product, they should know that yes, I'm emotionally connected because this is helping humanity, this is helping other people. Next slide. So now here's the challenge. As we said, that population trends are changing, It's a changing behavior. How to survive profitably, sustainably in this environment. Can you move to next? And that's when we talk about socialpreneurship, where we say, okay, this is a very interesting quotation, you can read it, that how David Kotler, co-founder of HP, he says that businesses exist because individuals get together to achieve those results which they cannot achieve in their individual capacity. And what is that? Make a contribution to society. This is the demand of today, and this will be the future. If businesses don't listen to it, they'll be out of it. Next slide. Okay, here I'll just move it, So this is something we have to question ourselves. That is my brand, is my service or my business contributing anything to the society? I'm going to show you some examples, And yeah, this is extremely important. Why? When we say that we know that, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, but why is extremely important? You have to find out if you are here. Why are you here? Why do I exist? What is the purpose? So he mentioned it in the morning as well, the 2 important days in everybody's life. The day you are born, okay, you had no choice. But we have the choice to make a positive impact on earth, to other people's life. And the moment we know that why we are born, that's the point which is going to change your whole scenario. You'll be passionate, the professionalism, it will be good combination and a mix. Yes, so we're going to talk about what we want. We want aspirational brands, meaningful brands, where fans are created. Next slide. Okay, Tom's. It's a shoemaker, like a shoe seller. So what happens, its owner, what he did, that he was traveling around the world and he saw that there are many kids without shoes. So what he did, obviously he wanted to help. He created a profitable business of selling shoes. And you know what he did? He was making money. What he did, that whoever will buy 1 pair of shoes, I will donate 1 pair to somebody who doesn't have a shoe. Then he allocated $1. We spent $3. He said $1 for every $3. And so far he has donated 6.5 million. The next. He has also restored the sites, 770,000, and then he has worked on providing safe water, drinkable water to to many people around the world. Now think about it, right? He could just come and sell the shoes. But these are not ordinary shoe brand. This is a special shoe and people buy it with this emotional, like that, okay, yeah, I'm going to wear the shoe because I'm going to help somebody else, right? And he has contributed 93 million shoe pairs to the undeserving people. Like 93 million people are wearing shoes just because people bought their shoes, right? So, and another thing, he has promised his business, what he does, that they allocate 1/3 of their annual profits. Move to the next slide, and there I'm going to show you, okay, they discovered the why. Their focus was, their why of doing business was, they wanted to improve lives. These are some other causes. They work with NGOs, around the world on physical safety, running bicycles and everything, and bringing harmony in the community. Then mental health, again working with a non-profit organization. Next slide, yeah. This is another way they work for the education and empowerment. Next example is basically of Patagonia. Can you do the clicks? So Patagonia is basically a clothing brand. It's an American clothing brand. And they discovered their why of doing business. They wanted to save our home planet. So all of their activities is a profitable business, but to save planet. And what they did, that they self-imposed their business with 1% earth tax. So whatever the income, whatever is coming to them, they are going to charge themselves with 1%, and that's where they're working with sport activists, they're working with individuals, and many, they have given grants to 1,500 people as well, like individual people as well, because they believe that individual powers can equally make difference. Next. Yeah, biofish and waters, and the next slide. Okay, just click and bring it. So the thing is that to start with, we should understand that where global forces are working. You can take it as a benchmark. You may see these are actually the 17 Sustainable Development Goal SDGs developed by United Nations in 2015, and the aim is to achieve these goals by 2030. Now, you may feel, the problem which is being faced by my community is actually not in this one. But just, take it as globally, this is a phenomenon. And what's happening, if you move to the next slide, yes, so we call them global goals as well. And look at the bullet points here. If we achieve these goals by 2030, like how many 12 trillion in terms of market opportunities will be created, and 380 million jobs will be created by helping world. And in 2019, these 17 companies came forward. These all are private portfolios. They came forward, and they are called Business Avengers. This is called the Business Avenger campaign. And here, So here, what says that each of this company has taken one out of those SDGs. They're just going to work on one cause, work around it, motivate other people, fund whatever the activity is, and it is not the government role even. In the previous slide, there was a point where customers believe, that brands can actually make much better impact than the governments. And remember, the 2/3 of the customers, they say either will buy or boycott the product, because either it's bringing some good to the society or not any good to the society. Yeah. So, what is the action plan? I don't have a long list, just one thing. You're a company, or you plan to launch your individual brand, or you're bringing a new brand. Just focus on one cause. You can take, one cause from those 17, or create your own, or pick one from your community and work on it. The ideal situation should be that when people are buying your product and service, they think about that solution you are giving to the society. This is how your brand should connect with your fans. It should bring smile. That's the most people should feel happy connected to your brand. So I was like, in last year when I launched the concept, somebody came to me and they were like, oh, you know what, if I'm going to invest my business money on some causes and all that, my profits will come down and all that. And that's where I thought I should include this slide. So socialpreneurship is profitability with the meaning. We have facts and figures. That's where. So obviously you have fans, you have more profitability, right? As Salwa said, your fans will forgive you for your mistakes even. 73% millennials are ready to pay high for your product. Meaningful brands get 18% higher return on investment. And then Unilever Sustainable brand, if you look at them, they grew 46% faster than the rest. So, next one. We call socialpreneurship is the renaissance of modern business. It's the rebirth of modern business. So how we're going to do? Are you ready to be the next socialpreneur? Is your brand ready? Nobody's ready? Okay, yes, right, that's what I want to hear, I'm literally consuming my energy, passion and everything to create more socialpreneurs. That's what the need of the time, So, you can connect with us if you are ready. You can connect with us through LinkedIn. My LinkedIn is there as well. We can work on it together, We would love to work on it with you. And, it's a little motivation that with whomsoever we work, we will share your journey and your success story in the next WMS, which will happen in India, and in every WMS happening in 2021, maybe more than 30 countries. And we'll also share the story in our journal, which is called Mind Your Marketing. Because we will never stop. Next slide, it is last. We believe in better world through marketing. Thank you so much.